Alright, the question says show sine 90 equals to 1 cos 90 equals to 0 using a right angle triangle. So one thing I want you to understand is that when you talk about the measure of an angle, you always start from x-axis to check. So if this is the x-axis, and I know that this everything I have here should be giving me 90 degrees, everything here, that's a right angle. The angle here is 90 degrees. So it's not like the other angles where I come and stay here and be checking something. This is 90 degrees already. So this is the origin. This origin, x-axis here is 0. So I can choose to call this side anything I want to call it, but I normally use 1. So this is 1, and this is 1. Remember, hypotenuse will always be 1. Positive, so it will always be positive. Hypotenuse will always be positive. So if I know this, now I can now consider sine 90 now. This is very important. This is how it will always be. Your origin, the x-axis will always be 0. So the adjacent side is this. This is the opposite side, and this is the this is your this is your, what's it called, hypotenuse. Hypotenuse will always be hypotenuse. So another way to even think of it, if you don't think of it this way, let's say I have this triangle. I can say that if this is the 90 degrees, that the opposite side is also equals to the hypotenuse side for 90 degrees. If I want to think of it this way, so you can see that this is opposite to this, and this is the hypotenuse. Why? This is the x-axis, the origin, it is 0. So it is very important to think of this way. So if you check it, it's either you're using this way, and remember we say this is 1, this is 1. So it's either you're thinking of this way when it's 90 degrees, or you're thinking of it this way. So if you now do it, you now see that sine 90 degrees will be equals to the opposite is equals to the hypotenuse, and it is equals to 1. Or I can say, if I'm using our normal measure, I can say that this is going to be opposite over hypotenuse, which in this case is 1 over 1, which is equals to 1. But for cos 90 degrees, which is adjacent over hypotenuse, you can very well see that the adjacent here is 0. So 0 over 1. So 0 over 1 is equals to 0. Hence, you can see that sine 90 is 1 and cos 90 is 0. So if they now ask you for the tan of 90, tan 90 is the same thing as saying sine over cos, and notice that what I have in the numerator, or you say numerator sine, numerator cos, so this is going to be 1 over 0, and whenever 0 is at the denominator, is undefined. Academic Daddy.